students, welcome back to English online classes. Today I am going to teach you the rest of the lesson. Yesterday we have just discussed about the 3 questions what the king had in his mind. He had 3 questions, that is, what is the right time to begin something, which people he should listen to, what is the most important thing to do. See, these are the 3 questions the king had in his mind. He just sent some messengers to all over the kingdom to just find out the right answers for these questions. Then many people came to his kingdom and gave different answers to him. He was not satisfied. But some said that the king should just prepare a timetable to do the right thing, just find out the right time to do to begin something. And some said it's better the king should just notice everything in the kingdom what is happening, and he should avoid all the foolish pleasures. And they said the king should have, and some said the king should have the council of men who can give good advices to the king. But some said it was not good because if the king is having some urgent work, all this council of people cannot help him. So it's better the king should have follow only one man, that is the magician. A magician can predict some future. So it's better the king should follow one man, that is the magician. So, and the second question also, what was the second question, children? The second question was, which people should he listen to? Which people he should listen to? For this also, some people said it's better the king should follow the council of people because they will give good advice. And some said no, the priests are very good. And some said the doctors are very good because they are the right people to get the advice. And some said the soldiers are very good. Because why they said like that? The second question was which people he should listen to. So if he get any doubt to which people he should go and ask. So they said doctors are good, and some said the priests are very good, and some said the council of people are very good, and some said the soldiers are very good. And then like this, the people began to give their own decisions to the king. Next, to the third question, some said science, others chose fighting, and yet others religious worship. So, to his third question, what was his third question, children? What is the most important thing for him to do? What is the most important thing for him? There will be many things, but what is the most important thing he should do? For that, what they said? Science. Science is a very important thing in the world. Do you know, children? Science is very important. So the king should follow only the science. And some said no, fighting is very important. Fighting is very important. Others said no, religious worship is very important. What they said? Religious worship is very important. As the answers to his questions were so different, the king was not satisfied. He gave no reward. Instead, he decided to seek the advice of a certain hermit who was widely known for his wisdom. See, he did not like the answers what his people were giving. He got fed up with these answers. So he told that I am not going to give any reward to you people because your answers are not satisfied. Your answers are not satisfied. I don't like your answer at all. So he thought, I'll just go and meet a man, that is none other than the hermit. Hermit, I want to meet him. So he will be the right person to give me the advice. So, who was widely known for his wisdom? So, hermit means, you all know the sages who are very great person, those who be in the forest. So, he thought he is the right person to give me advice. The hermit lived in a wood which he never left. He saw no one but simple people, and so the king put on ordinary clothes. So, the king left the kingdom and he began to go into the forest in search of the hermit. Because hermit is a person who doesn't come out of the forest. They just live in the wood. Wood means nothing but a forest, children. So when he saw many people were moving here and there in the forest. They were all very simple. They were all very simple. When he saw the people that they were very simple, he thought, I should not be in this rich clothes, because you know how the king will be? King will be having a very rich clothes. He thought, no, I should not be in this rich clothes. So he put on his ordinary clothes. Before he reached the hermit's hut, the king left his horse with his bodyguard and went on alone. So before he entered the forest itself, he saw many people. They were in their ordinary clothes, children. So he put on his ordinary clothes and he gave the horse to the bodyguard, and he just entered the forest. He went alone. He did not take his bodyguard, children. He gave his horse to him and just went all alone in the forest. As the king came near the hermit's hut, he saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. He greeted the king and continued digging. The hermit was old and weak, and as he worked, he breathed heavily. See what happened when he went inside the forest. He saw, what did he saw, children? He just came near the hermit's hut. Because hermits means ordinary people, they live in hut only, no children. So he just came near the hermit's hut. He saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. So in front of his hut, the hermit was just digging the ground. The hermit was just digging the ground. He greeted the king and continued digging. When he saw the king, he just greeted him like this. Just he had greeted him like this, and he did not look at the king. Just he continued doing his work. He just greeted him and he just continued to dig. He was looking very old and weak. How was the hermit, children? The hermit was old and weak. He was old and weak. So, and as he worked, he breathed heavily. So because as he was old, and the second one is he was very weak, when he was digging, he breathed very heavily. He breathed very heavily. He is not a young man. He is a very old man. Then too he was working before his hut. When he was digging, he breathed very heavily. He breathed very heavily. The king went up to the hermit and said, I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you to answer 3 questions. So the king, what he said? He went near the hermit and said, I have come here. You know why I have come here? I have come here, my dear wise hermit, to ask you 3 questions. To ask you answer for 3 questions. I came here just to ask you 3 questions and I want the answers from you. How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? So what was the question of the king, children? What was he asking to the hermit? How can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? So how can I do the right thing at the right time? How will I know this? How can I learn that? What is the right thing at the right time? Right thing at the right time. Who are the people I need most? Not only this, my second question is, who are the people I need most? So who are the most important people to whom I can go and ask for advice, to meet them? Who are the most important people I need most? I need the most important. Who are the most important people? I need them. And what affairs are the most important? And what are the most important affairs that I should have? And what affairs are the most important? What are the most important affairs I should meet? And what are the most important affairs I should meet? The hermit listened to the king but did not speak. The hermit was just doing his work. Even though the king was speaking to him, the hermit was just digging the ground but did not speak. He did not speak a word. He did not utter a word also. Just he was digging the ground. He went on digging. You are tired, said the king. Let me take the spade and work in your place. See what did he say, children? I think your wise man, please, I think you are very tired. You are looking very tired because you are old and weak. So please give me that spade. I will do your work. I will be in your place and do the work. Spade means, you can know, children, those who till the ground know, that is called a spade. You can see in the picture. So you have become very tired and old. Please give me your spade and I will do the work what you are doing. Thanks, said the hermit, giving the king his spade. Then he sat down on the ground. So what did the hermit say? Okay, thank you very much for doing my work. And he gave the spade to the king and he went and sat on the ground. When the king had dug 2 beds, he stopped and repeated his questions. So what did the king do? The king took the spade and he dug only 2 times. Then he stopped and again repeated his question. He did not leave the hermit. He again asked the same questions to the hermit. The hermit gave no answer, but stood up, stretching out his hands for the spade and said, "Now you rest and let me work." So the king, after digging 2 beds, he did not leave the hermit. He just asked him the same questions. Then what did the hermit do, children? The hermit did not answer him. He just stood up. He just stood up and stretched and said, "Please give me the spade and you please take rest for some time. I will do the work." But the king did not give him the spade and continued to dig. When the hermit asked him to give the spade and asked the king to rest, the king did not give. The king did not give the spade to him and he continued to dig. 1 hour passed, then another. The sun went down behind the trees, and at last the king stuck the spade into the ground and said, so how many hours passed away, children? 1 hour passed. So the 1 hour the king was digging the ground. Being a king, he was doing the work. The sun went down behind the trees. What is the meaning of that, children? The sun went down behind the trees? Because it was evening. When the sun goes down, it is evening. And at last the king stuck the spade into the ground and said, so when the sun went down, it was evening, children. When it was evening, the king kept stuck the spade to the ground. He just stuck the spade to the ground. And what did he say, children? I came to you, wise man, for an answer to my questions. If you can give me no answer, tell me so, and I will return home. So, wise man, I came here to get the answers for the 3 questions. If you are able to answer my questions, I will stay back here. Otherwise, I will return home. If you are able to answer my 3 questions, I will get the answers. If you are unable to answer my 3 questions, I am going to return home. Here comes someone running, said the hermit. What did the hermit did not give the answer to the king at all. What did he say? Here comes someone running, said the hermit. The hermit said, someone is running and coming. Please see that. Please notice that someone is running and coming. That's all. He did not reply what the king was telling. The king was asking him the answers for the 3 questions, but the hermit did not answer to him at all. Even though he said that, you please tell me the answers for the 3 questions. I have come here to get the answers for the 3 questions. If you are unable to answer me, I will return back. All this the king was telling, children. Then too, the hermit did not answer him anything. He just said, see, one man is running and coming towards us. One man is running and coming towards us. Please see that. Please notice that, he said. Okay, children, I hope so you have all enjoyed my class, children. Please read the lesson properly and underline the words once again and refer the meanings in the dictionary.